Welcome everyone to another video, and not just any other video, the first part of the Stormblood series, episode 1 of the Stormblood series. Welcome. What an adventure this has been. For those that don't know, I was a heavy World of Warcraft player. I played it for 15 years, since pretty much the end of vanilla WoW, as they call it. Over the last few years, I wasn't really feeling it. I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I used to. And I was looking for a new MMO to play. And I played a few others that didn't really grip me. And then I played Final Fantasy XIV. And I recorded my entire journey from my very first day in Eorzea, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, because I'm a cat, and completely overwhelmed by all the different systems in the game. And I recorded that whole adventure through to the very end of ARR, where you're sad and trying to hold it all together. And I've loved every minute of it. And then we moved on to Heavensward, and I did like an 8-part, I think, Heavensward series, where we played through the whole of Heavensward. As somebody who loves fantasy and medieval games, Medieval Marty, that's the name of the channel, I can't get enough of medieval games. The knights and the dragons. Heavensward was phenomenal. I completely blew through that expansion and loved every minute of it. It really completely... if I wasn't hooked by ARR, I was hooked by the end of Heavensward. It was phenomenal. But today, we're starting something completely different. I will link the first 2 series down below if you ever want to catch up. I know a lot of you are new around here. The first episode is over 200,000 views. So I know there's a lot of new faces, and a lot of people have just found us from Twitch and just come over to YouTube. So you don't need to catch up. You can watch just from here in this fresh new series. That is, completely fine. You do not need to catch up. But if you want to, I will link them down below. But today, we are going to Stormblood. So hold your katana by your side and channel your chi or mantra or whatever it is monks use. Because today we're going to the second expansion. Let's get into the video. Welcome everybody to the new series, the Stormblood series. There are many of you that watched my ARR series and realized how distracted we got and thought we'd never get here. But we will get through this game eventually. The video in the background proves that, there's a lot of distractions in this game. But we are here in Stormblood, and I'm so excited to be making this next series and sharing it with you all. I'm really looking forward to it. At the end of the Heavensward series, I did say, do you want me to continue it in the same style, or would you rather have just reactions from the streams? And people said they wanted both. So, we did the 3.3 and the 3.5 reaction. And today, we're back with the normal series. And I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to going through Stormblood. One thing I do want to cover just before we get into it is I did take a week off of the story in between Heavensward ending and Stormblood starting, just to kind of pick up all the odds and ends. I completed my quest log, kind of got through the quest log, focus more on the beast tribes, trying to get those finished, and I unlocked the firmament and things like that. So I'm going to cover throughout the video these little extra things I've been doing before I got into the story, and then the intro to Stormblood. So I will timestamp this if you don't care about all that, you just want to see Stormblood straight out. That'll all be timestamped. But the first thing I did was unlocked the firmament, and boy, is that one of my favorite places in the game. Now, I unlocked the firmament at the end of 3.3 and then completely ignored it. Most of all because it was kind of like system overload, and I just didn't know where to start with it. And then I hadn't really put any time into crafters really, other than like for the EAX or beast tribes. I hadn't really done any crafting past like the early levels. So I thought, I'll leave it until I finish Heavensward, and then I went back. And wow, there is something about this place, and it's not just the gambling on the Kupo nut cards. There's something really peaceful about this place. I've spent nearly, 10 hours in the diadem. I've got every, Fisher was already there, but Miner and Botanist to level 50, over 50. I think that's the most relaxing and calming place in the game. It's almost like doing a run of Praetorium while you watch Netflix. You literally just bang something up on the second monitor and just go click on stuff. It takes you back to like real old school MMOs like RuneScape, gathering mining and stuff like that. So I really like the diadem. And then I thought, I've got all these parts. Let's have a look at the crafting. And although I'm still learning it, you probably see me doing things wrong in the video. it's really interesting. It seems like a fast way to level your crafters because you already have the resources. But it also seems really fun. You just make stuff for the people, and then they give you these scratch card things that you can win things on. And I'm just completely hooked. I've got maybe 3 crafters to level 50 so far from this alone. I love it. Yeah, I can easily see myself getting everything to 50. I don't know if it's worth going past 50 or if there's going to be a better place later on. But right now, I'm working on getting everyone to 50 or 60 because it's just fun. If I've got a few spare hours and I don't want to do any like hunting things or questing with or killing things or story, this is just the place I just de facto go to. I just come here and either go to the diadem or I work through the bag full of the bag full of resources I've got and just start leveling up a class. I've now unlocked every single crafting class and I'm just slowly getting them all up there, and it's just so peaceful. I'd love to know what you guys think. Do you think it's like not the most efficient place to be, or is it? Does it get trumped by something in like Stormblood or Shadowbringers? Like, is there something better later down the line that I should just wait for? Or is it a good use of time? I don't know. I really like it. If I'm not completely wasting my time, I'm going to spend a lot of time here. So yeah, I'd love to know. And then I feel like I missed a lot of how the Firmament works with, the old expansion. I heard there was more stuff here and it was like growing over time. I don't really know the full story. But yeah, one thing that is still here that I do still think is very cool is these fates, these I don't know, like these mini games that happen. There's like, what, 12 little mini games that is it 12? I don't know. But there's like a group of little mini games where you have to go and like do these fun things like delivering presents and playing like Simon Says. Really, really cool little idea. Like someone told me to go here on stream and check it out, and I loved it. I thought it was so fun. I thought it was really cool. It was incredibly stressful because I wanted to ace it. I wanted to get everything. I wanted to get all the presents. So I felt it was incredibly stressful. But don't put yourself under that pressure. Just go and have fun. This was really, really cool. But Marty, this is a Stormblood series. I know. Let's talk about Stormblood at least for a little while. I will try and leave Heavensward in the past a little. And we'll talk about Stormblood for a bit. So the quest starts out with Beyond the Wall. And obviously we were greeted by some of the most amazing people that I've met. I thank you everyone who comes to these events. I stream most of the story on stream. I'll link that down below if you ever do want to come watch live. We do have a ton of fun over there. Last weekend we did a 12-hour stream, which was so fun. And we do a lot of community events on EU Lite, or you can just come and watch and get involved that way. So you're always welcome. But anyway, we got to Beyond the Wall, and you go to these warring areas, these territories that are at war with the new war that started with the Garleans. And I'm going to be honest, the story is a slow burn. Heavensward is just bang, straight fire all the way through. And it's just, your excitement peaks. And well, for me, the excitement peaked and it kept me there the whole time. Stormblood was a slow burn right up through getting to Kugane. And I'd say once you get through, I mean, I'm a little bit ahead of where this video is going to end just because I have to edit everything. But once I got through Kugane, it was 10 times better. But the start is a real slow build-up. So yeah, I just want to say that's my thoughts. I really found the pacing slow. But once it picks up, this is looking like a great expansion. So I'm very excited. I started this expansion as a summoner because I leveled it up recently, and I kind of like playing I like the summoner like build, like the dots, the minions, and I really hope they never change summoner because it's just I just really like it. I'm joking. But yeah, I started as a summoner, but as soon as I've hit Kugane, I'm considering switching to Samurai. So I am leveling that up in the background. And as soon as I get that high enough, I'll take over. It's got nothing to do with the live letter. I feel like Samurai's more fitting for the expansion. But yeah, we started out as a summoner. One thing that I had to get used to is in Heavensward, it's big stories, big stories all the way through. But Stormblood, you have to start paying attention to small stories, and I went into this like, I don't care about this dude's issue. Like, I don't care about this random guy's issue. And you have to let that go, and you have to start realizing it's about the people that are at war, the politics of, a nation that's struggling. And I think that is something that takes a lot of getting used to, because I was like pushing on like, yo, where's the big fights? Where's the big events? Where are the big story parts? And there aren't any for the first part. There really is a slow build, a real slow burn of learning and story and talking. And you only have a few fights in the first few hours. So that was definitely a learning experience. And it definitely took a while to, it's kind of like you hear these stories about people that work in like really important jobs and they work like 70 hours a week. And then when that job ends and they go into retirement, they have to have like counseling and therapy because they're not used to that slow pace of life. And I felt almost a similar thing happened here where you come from such a high engagement part of the story and then you slow down and you have to take in the small parts of the story, smell the roses and look around and just learn about the new environment. And that is definitely something that I would advise anyone who's just getting into Stormblood is take it easy, calm down and just enjoy it. But yeah, the intro is slow but enjoyable in hindsight. Although the intro has its slow pacing and at the time I struggled and didn't really feel as I didn't enjoy it as much as I wanted to. You gotta give it to them. You know, Square Enix, you can write a villain. Coming from World of Warcraft, the villains, their storytelling is shit tier. It's so bad. You could go into any school, like a secondary education, high school type environment, and just say, hey, write me a villain. And it will be on par with a World of Warcraft villain. It's that well thought out. Final Fantasy just knows how to write a good villain. Like, look at this intro. This is an intro cutscene just showing you this guy exists. He's going to be a part of this expansion. Get ready. And you just instantly get, I don't know, it's like excitement. Like you see this guy, you see how much power he has, how brooding he is. And you just instantly not like him, but you're excited to see him on screen again. He comes on and he has a presence and he's unique. Although I don't really understand why he has a golf bag full of katanas. There's something about him that when he comes on screen, you just go, oh shit, here we go. And you get really excited. So you have a little fight with him and he comes out and he kind of gives you no effort. He comes out just to test your strength and he fights you and he deals a savage blow to Stola. And then Lise comes up with the monk skills, which kind of takes some getting used to, seeing her punch a man with a katana. But I guess she's going to be a big part of the story and we're going to learn more about the monks going through. So I'm interested to see where that goes. But yeah, you see those little fights and he doesn't give you anything. He just comes in, nearly kills one of the main characters, pretty much puts everyone on their ass. You only just survive the fight with him yourself, and then he leaves. So I'm really interested to see what his goal is, what his plan is, and when we're going to see his full power. Because we haven't seen him do anything yet. He just came out, did a bit of sword play, and went on his way. So I'm looking forward to him coming up, maybe with his army. Maybe there's going to be a big fight. I'm excited. And then, coming from World of Warcraft, you do a lot of dailies. So if you think the end game of WoW, the end game of WoW is raids, dungeons, and dailies. And dailies are every day there's a big chunk of quests available, and you can do like hours of dailies, and then the next day there's more, and then the next day there's more. You gain item level, like your gear gets better. The dailies give better gear. You progress more, the dailies give more. You hit a certain threshold of reputation, there's more. It's just a never-ending cycle of dailies after dailies after dailies after dailies. They're not important, they don't mean anything, and they're just always there. So dailies are like drilled into me. When I think MMO, I think dailies. But I never think of them being a good thing. I think of them being a chore that you have to do. So coming into Final Fantasy, the dailies, the Beast Tribe dailies, are something else. I instantly grew attached to them. I instantly thought, I love these. I want to keep doing these. As soon as I did those ARR dailies and, you hit a rep and you get a big piece of story for getting that reputation. You become friends with them and you get a big story, and then you get the next rep and then you get another story and you finish them and you get a mount. I loved it. I was so hooked. So I kept doing them. I kept chunking away at the dailies whenever I got a chance. And after the end of Heavensward, in this little break period, I finished them. I finished all of ARR dailies. Which was long. The Eaxel crafting one was by far the longest. That was the biggest time commitment of all of them. But yeah, we got them all done. And I thought that'd be it. And someone said, oh, there's a little quest at the end that wraps them all up. And I literally thought it would be a small quest like, thank you for doing all the dailies. Here's your reward. But no, there's a massive story at the end. There's a massive story piece that took over an hour to complete, where there's a guy going around abducting. So yeah, spoilers if you haven't done all the ARR dailies. Skip ahead if you want. So yeah, there's like a guy going around, and he's kind of abducting people from the different beast tribes, and he's got this like agenda, and he's this epic fighter that can't be beat, and he's just got this like chip on his shoulder as being the ultimate warrior, and he's never feared death, and he's never had a challenging fight, and he does what he wants, and it's really, really, really cool. It's a slow build to actually finally see him. You have to go through every single beast tribe and do a little mission for them. But when you do it, you meet him, and it's so good. I gotta say, they wrote this guy pretty damn well. The guy sits here in a leopard print, what's the word? Thong? Is that the word? Banana hammock? I don't know what you want to call it. But he sits here in a very tight piece of male underwear, and he's just not threatened by anyone. He's just chilling. He's got no fear. And they wrote this guy solid. Again, I don't know if you want to call this guy a villain. I think he was kind of a villain. But they wrote him really well. I thought this guy was very cool. This whole story was just so interesting. I really hope, I don't know what happens next, but I hope there's another big story at the end of Heavensward, whether they're going to continue this storyline or not. But yeah, I really, really, really like this. It completely blew me away. I did it like on a Saturday morning or something. I thought it'd be like a quick thing, and it completely shocked me. I loved it. And then with those out of the way, I did start unlocking the Heavensward beast tribes and making progress. One thing I really like about these is there's like a little upgrade or a little advancement at the end of every rep goal. So you hit like friendly, and they're base upgrades. Or with the Moogles, there's like a building upgrade. And I think these are looking really fun. As soon as like 4 o'clock hits, I'm like, yes, I get to do more dailies. I get to do more dailies. I really look forward to it. Maybe that's sad. I don't know. Anybody else love dailies? I love these beast tribes. So I'll let you know how these goes. But I'm having fun so far. You get the first dungeon of Stormblood, which was, yeah, you're on a ship over to the other side, to the far east. I guess it's the far east. It's definitely a far east theme. You're on the way over there. I can't remember what it's called, and you you have to get in a little fight. You have to get you have some trouble with the ship, and you get like stranded, and the things come on board your ship, and the whole dungeon is that fight. And I think that was really cool because it makes the dungeon feel less like an instant dungeon. They could have been like, oh yeah, you've got to go on a cave and fight these things in a cave to protect us. And that would have been a very easy way to do it. But instead, they did it as on the ship. They're boarding the ship straight after the cutscene. And I thought that was really, really cool. I feel like, I don't know why, but I feel like in Stormblood, although this story hasn't slapped as hard just yet, it feels like there's a step up in quality. Everything just feels more up to date and more like smoother, more like what you would expect of a modern day MMO. It just feels a little better. And I think the intro to this dungeon matches that feel. It just feels like this was so seamless and smooth. It felt like I was just playing the story rather than playing an instance dungeon. And the dungeon itself was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. It's nice to be fighting some new types of monsters and some new types of creatures in a new environment. I love the knights and the dragons and that whole setting. But even I'm looking forward to something new. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this expansion. And the first dungeon was a good start. I enjoyed it. I really did. Summoner kind of hard though. Summoner rotation kind of hard. And I know it's gonna be in the comments. I've said the word pacing a lot. But boy, oh boy, did the pacing hit me hard in Kugane. This is the most beautiful, stunning, and different city we've seen since Ishgard, and I love it. I love Kugane. I love it. I think it's an incredible city, so well designed, so vibrant, and it's just an incredible place. But the story here was a slog. I'm not going to include any of the story of the intro to Kugane because I struggled with it. It was slow. There was a lot of talking. I've since got past it, and the story's really picked up, and I'm loving it. But yeah, sitting in Kugane for like 2 or 3 hours, learning about Kugane and the people and what's going on here was definitely slow. Definitely paced very, very slow. But we move on. Kugane is now behind us. But we all know the real reason to come to Kugane isn't the war with the Garleans, isn't the MSQ. We know why we're here. It's the climb stuff. And that is about 45 minutes of falling, failing, losing my mind to this tower, summarized in a couple of minutes. I'm going to share a video of like streaming this on Twitch for the first time. I absolutely lost my mind climbing this tower. I think the pressure of being on stream and everyone was like racing ahead of me, I completely fell apart. But this was so fun. I mean, I kind of said like there's a few patient problems I had with Kugane, but overall, I think this place is amazing. And now the story is really picking up from here. I'm having a really good time in Stormblood. So I'm excited to see where it goes from here. I'm probably going to wrap this episode up here. I think this is a very iconic and picturesque moment to end the video. This is the end of episode 1 of the Stormblood series. If you like this video, liking the video helps me out a ton. If you've got anything you want to say in the comments, that also really helps. Don't feel pressured to comment, but it really does help with the old YouTube algorithm. Anything you want to say about Stormblood. If you felt the same like pacing problems at the start, and if you're enjoying it now, I have just got past Kugane post-edit, and I'm really enjoying it now. So I'd love to know what you think. If there's anything you want to say about like the Beast Tribes or Stormblood as a whole, or anything really, I'd love to know. Also, are you new? Is this your first part of the YouTube series that you're joining in? If so, it is a pleasure to have you here. Like I said, there's no need to watch anything earlier than this. There's no inside jokes. I love fishing and gambling. And there you go, you're up to speed. And cat girls. Other than that, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Episode 2, as always, will be out within the week. I normally try and do at least one of these videos a week, so episode 2 will be very soon. So subscribe if you want to see the second episode and you want to see the rest of this series. I also do post like reactions and some other stuff straight from Twitch and other little videos here and there. So thank you all so much. If you could do all the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz helps me out. Other than that, take care. If you want to stay in touch, Discord links will be down below. There's 1,000 of us there and we have some great fun. Twitch is also down there if you want to see longer videos and you want to see live. Other than that, take care. I hope you have a great day and I'll catch you in the next one.